Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to NGS Season 5. We are ready to get going here with the first Storm Division match of the season here in Season 5 NGS. We've got Luxorian Snake versus Trademark Gaming. I've got Bobo Kiss in the air. You must be feeling very blessed. Am I right, Bobo?
Papa, I am G to the D. Thank you for having me here tonight for the first Storm game of the season. Hype train is off and running, my friend.
I'm very excited to cast this game. We've got two excellent teams here, and not only are they great teams, but they are also both very contentious. Luxorian Snake and Trademark Gaming have crossed paths in the open division before, and let's check out real quick the keys to the game here.
Hey.
So what do we got here, Bobo? I know you typed these bad boys up.
We whipped something real quick up to show off the tech. Previously, these teams met in the HGCO Cup number 5, and Trademark Gaming was the victors in that one, and they have had a stronger season thus far in the HGCO. Point number 2, TMG looked to ETC. This is going to be interesting as we start this season off. We'll have to try to figure out what the meta is up at all levels of play, but one thing that we did notice is that TMG plays a lot of the cow, and they like to try to bring the party in with that big boy.
Indeed.
And then finally, the last point, and Ghost, I'm posing you a question. Where does Malfurion fall in the support meta?
Malfurion is pretty rough right now. He doesn't have Ice Block anymore, which makes him a liability, very much like you'd have Rhaegar. So if you see a team draft Malfurion, look to the opponent to basically exploit that. And they're going to dive him. They're going to start going after him because he doesn't have the same kind of protection he once had. But he still does have Twilight, so that's still a thing.
He's still a good hero. It's just a little bit of a shakeup where previously Malfurion was first pick or GTFO.
Yeah. So
now a little bit more Kayn. I don't know if you've informed the people what the first map is, but this one looks like an Alex map to me.
Yeah, it's a Volskaya Foundry is where we're going to be going here. And let's not wait any longer. Let's get right into the draft. Here,
let's go.
And we're going. We're going to go ahead and hit start game. I do need to make us referee first. Yeah.
Hey.
And there we go.
Let's
now
go.
We got it, and we're going into the draft.
I want some video games. Let's go.
Yeah. Beautiful.
All right.
Okay, we are going to start. These team names are not correct on cartography just yet. Here, hold on. Can you fix that for me, Bobo?
Hey, wait for that. Wait, ready? Hiya! Should be good. It'll go through.
Boom. All right, Luxorian Snake on the correct side. This is Luxorian Snake's map pick, which means that Trademark Gaming is going to pick first. They're going to start with this ban here. And I have to imagine it's going to remain similar to the kind of meta that we've seen in previous matches between these two, especially in HGC Open. Johanna?
Yes.
Not a surprise here. This is definitely can be a heavily rotational map. The two lanes very close together. Johanna's wave clear, very powerful. Genji immediately banned out. Genji, very strong hero at the moment.
Genji, very strong hero permanently? I don't know how many times
you're
going to have to nerf him into the ground, but the number of Genji games in season number 5 should be somewhere between 0 and not very much more than that.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see if people want to let it through. Again, at some point, teams are going to have to start pivoting away once they learn comfort picks and tendencies. But
right.
And we do see the Yrel ban, so the top offlaner off the board. And that's two pretty bulky frontliners that TMG does just not want to play against.
I mean, Yrel, not a surprise anymore. This next ban, though, is going to be interesting because it could be another OP ban. Yeah, Diablo. There it is. So they're not going to... Diablo, I think, is very strong at the moment.
ETC is available for TMG on one side, and maybe the potential for a Garrosh on the other side. Just looking at what's available, those two jump out to mind as tendencies, but Muradin and Alex, which are maybe some would consider the best support and warrior in the game right now.
Yeah, so they look at everything that's up. They choose not to. Diablo could be kind of an off ban, actually. I think he is definitely the strongest tank at the moment, but he's nowhere near as highly rated, I think, Not nowhere near, but it's not quite as highly rated as Deckard and Alex Straza in the meta at the moment. At least that's my understanding. So they give the option, say, do you want Deckard or do you want Alex? And TMG chooses Deckard.
And this is a question of scouting.
Indeed.
Because, again, with the Murden pick, given that Garrosh is available, and Garrosh would, maybe make sense in terms of fear, but ETC is the comfort pick, and that is if Lux Snake wants to go in the Warrior Choke.
Yeah.
2, 1. Is it homework or meta? They go Nubarak. Interesting.
Yeah, a Nubarak, very interesting. I think they want to run something that Cocoon is going to be able to interrupt. Wonder if it's, who knows? It could be the Cho'Gall.
Could be a Tracer.
Especially with the Alex Straza. You get the Anubarak band. Are they?
Are we gonna start the season?
I think they're threatening. There it is. Yeah.
Hey, a free ban.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Do you spend your ban to make your opponent think that you're going to draft Cho'Gall?
If you don't know, if you feel like you're going to steal their picks, or you don't know, or maybe if you also feel like your ban may give away your plans, then I actually understand it. You got a free Cho ban out of it. Cho being the weaker of the two bans, I think. Yeah. I think TMG will end up recognizing that Gaul was the right choice there.
They're going to regret that for sure. And they go for the Hammer Zeratul. Zeratul, I think, is meant for Hanzo, as well as just he's probably pretty decent on this map. With Hammer, he can help prevent squishies from getting onto her. She's, and she's just a really strong hero right now in the right comp.
And it is also interesting in that some of TMG's favorite heroes would be left available. We've seen Time play a boatload of Tracer, and you certainly wouldn't want to do that in a Hammer. So, Thrall and Garrosh, a melee-heavy comp.
Yep. So Thrall being
Trademark Gaming.
Yeah, so Thrall being the extra DPS that they're going to bring out here into the Hammer makes sense. You've got the Root, you've got Blaze Stun, you've got Garrosh, you've got Hanzo's range. Really, you can help deal with Zeratul. Garrosh, excellent at peel. Blaze, excellent at peel. You've got that bunker. And Thrall puts out a lot of damage. So we're going to see if he's...
Zarya.
And
okay, so I don't mind this pick because... Yeah. So you have all of these offlaners that, are no longer available. You're not going to be able to run Urel or Blaze. It's not a great Dahaka map. So put Zeratul in the offlane and then add Zarya against this almost mass melee comp on the side of Trademark Gaming. It's neat, it's different, and I don't really mind it.
Yeah, absolutely. Zarya, basically what they're saying with the Zarya and the Hammer is they're going to push, and they're going to push like crazy. Zeratul, I think, is around for maybe protection is the word, but like Zeratul is just a potent threat. You can't simply go on to the Hammer with your DPS and expect to remain safe with a Zeratul lurking around. With the melee heavy comp, it actually ends up working out for Zeratul if he wants to go Void Prison, if he wants to go Q build. So overall, I think I like Luxorian Snake's draft a little bit better. But in we go to the game. Everybody is loaded in here. And we look at the teams here. Take a look at the talents here. But on the side of Luxorian Snake, we've got Quebico on the Zarya, Star Fox playing the Murden, Alex Straza being played by Blue1442, Fun Buns playing the Sergeant Hammer, and on the Zeratul, we've got Silver1.
10 seconds.
And on the side of Trademark Gaming, Show will be playing the Deckard King in Time on Hanzo, KJ Kags will be on the Blaze, TMG Doctor leading from the front on that Garrosh, and Whiskers will be playing the Thrall.
Right, they're going to go ahead and meet in the middle here. Hammer immediately starting out bottom. And you see the rest of Luxorian Snake immediately rotating bot to get that push I was talking about. Zarya's going to step up and get some energy from these towers here for absolutely free. And they're just going to push like crazy. Then you see Zarya went, Zarya went field heat. This is absolutely a Zarya push comp. Kubeko got her damage out. And here comes the rest of TMG to stop this push. They don't quite get a tower just yet.
No, but they do throw Lux off. Lux does throw TMG off of their game a little bit. Star Fox did well to avoid any shenanigans there on the Murden as he hops away.
Yeah, and now in the top lane, taking a bit of damage. He's going to go ahead and back out. Thrall and Blaze came up top to deal with that. And now everybody on Luxorian Snake is back in the middle lane.
We see pretty standard talent picks. Feel the Heat will be grabbed by Zarya. Ambush the meta on Hammer. We do see Live and Let Live. So a Gift of Life talent at level 1 for Alex.
Alex going Q build here.
Early, could be adaptable.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, the one thing about Alex is that really right now it's all about level 10 and your proper use of Dragon Queen. I actually do think some adaptation between either Abundance or Gift of Life build is necessary, given you may need a little bit more to deal with Garrosh at the front. I don't think Abundance is necessarily going to help a target that gets through.
Yeah, and it also says that Alex feels pretty safe in the back, able to collect those life blooms if she indeed does go that talent, but it could be a hybrid. We'll see.
Seems about even in terms of XP. They have both picked up their fortification turrets.
Yeah, it looks like the turret went over first to TMG. Luxorian Snake being a little bit longer in getting their turret, but we're going to see the 3-man move down here. It looks like we have the rotation going between bot and mid. Blaze left alone to his own devices up here in top. And right now, EXP pretty much dead even, both sides doing what they want.
And it should be set up for a good and even fight here on middle. We see the bot shenanigans. Okay. We do see Thrall being played by Whiskers right now, going ahead and picking up the siege camp there in the top lane. This will be a middle objective here for the first Triglav Protector. And really no fireworks thus far.
Yep.
I don't think anybody's really gotten in that much trouble.
Yeah, Hanzo going for the WQ build here, and Thrall going for Feral Resilience here at 4, as well as Echo of the Elements. So that's the particular Thrall build we're going to see today from Whiskers.
That will certainly help out with Hammer and what she does. But then again, Feral Resilience doesn't do too well into Zarya.
All right, we've got TMG Doctor sitting at a little Garrosh trap here in this
fun buns.
bush. Yeah.
Fun buns.
Realizes he doesn't know where everybody is.
Oh!
TMG Doctor maybe trying to find the right target here before he goes in. There he is. The warning ping has come out. Nobody really is around to help Garrosh with that little sneaky play. Just getting a little bit of extra vision, perhaps. And both teams now pushing onto this point. It's going to be picked up immediately by TMG, Trademark Gaming, getting the percentage damage on there. Luxorian Snake trying to contest it, but not able to get any footing just yet.
No, it's going to take a little while for Zeratul to get good and beefed up through his build. He needs a little bit of scaling. Star Fox steps up, throws out a perfect storm, and Fun Buns is now on the edge of the objective. Solid position.
Yeah, you see Blaze is going to continue to double soak while Trademark Gaming tries to hold this point. Murda's stepping up, trying to find something to get her, trying to force Garrosh off this point, but it's very hard.
Doctor does not have to go anywhere. He will see his patients right here in middle lane. He might have, did he? Oh, I thought he might have just barely gave it up for a contested second or two.
He almost got pushed off the hammer push just barely enough, and Doctor finally gives it up at 92%, starting to get low. Blaze is up to top soaking. Zeratul maybe try to put some damage on him. Silver is going to go ahead and get that soak up top. Trademark Gaming now getting another turret, and they're going to try and use this turret to push their way back onto this point.
TMG did a great job there during that objective phase, not just being patient, but specifically not feeding the Zarya energy, and that's why Doctor could just stand within, I don't know, maybe like a 3-model square area. I mean, if Zarya doesn't have energy, it's a gentle breeze on a spring day.
It's right on here. Okay, we've got Trademark Gaming stepping back up. Luxorian Snake immediately has to back out. Now contested. Here comes the Dragon out. A ton of damage, though, coming out from Trademark Gaming. The Root hits 4 members of Luxorian Snake, but they don't care. They've got a Dragon on their side, and they push Trademark Gaming off of the point, and they're going to start collecting percentage points as we speak.
This one looks like it's headed to overtime. Time has completed simple geometry on Hanzo, so that damage boost will come through very early. A little bit of scaling is a possibility here. KJKX comes in, hits a 2-man jet propulsion, but Hammer is all right. Doctor now moving in. The Garrosh is deep on the enemy side. Still healthy. Gets the flip on Alex, who's trying to escape out. The Root is there, and it's being followed up by Whiskers on that Thrall. There's the 3rd kill as Zarya goes down.
Zeratul, he's looking to maybe find one of these kills, finds Whiskers, and makes it out dead.
Missed the bomb. Time gets the counter kill yet again. Another member falls on Zeratul. So a 4-for-1 for TMG.
Yep.
And now they get to do the trigger lock shuffle.
Yeah, and I'm trying to determine if Hammer. I'm trying to determine if a 4 for 1 is better than a 3 for 0. It gives you the comeback experience with those 3 kills. It put them ahead in experience, but is it worth not having anybody to really defend? But no, everybody is back up. Zeratul is back up. They get a lot of damage in mid, though, but once that fight went down, I think the decision by Zeratul to go in and get a kill probably was the correct one.
There is not a lot of siege damage on the side of Trademark Gaming, so they will struggle in even number matchups to, really apply great pressure. But, getting Zeratul out removes the threat from Hanzo.
Right.
So he'll be able to get away with it just a little bit more from that backline.
The well was killed up here by the Protector very quickly, and they're going to get the well mid, too. So
what, a second for it?
Yeah, focusing on the wells and see if they can get a second for it, but the Protector has got 3 seconds, so it's just going to back up.
And in the bottom lane, Silver One, who's been playing that Zeratul, actually goes ahead and finishes the gate as well as a tower, but now it's in a mad scramble. There's the jet propulsion. The follow-up is coming through on time. There's one blink, looking to get back on the elevator. Whiskers with the lightning, and he gets down! Simple geometry.
There it is. Oh, Thrall ended up using his ult for
Actually
that.
ripped Sunder.
Did not need to rip Sunder, but Sunder has a pretty short cooldown, so I think Whisker's going to be okay with that decision.
And now TMG will use that man advantage to go ahead and pick up yet another fortification turret. Time has one on the Hanzo here. So he grabs this one. It'll be Deckard Cain. Neither team has made a move for the support camp. 5-1 in terms of kills. Right now, Hanzo leading the game in damage.
Murden stepping up here. Show. Deckard Cain sees Murden coming. They get that just fine. Lornado used to make sure that they can get this turret.
It's the 3rd turret. This is going to be
got a lot of items.
Yeah, and you'd have to worry about the XP as well, as TMG can likely just play for 13. Thrall might be in trouble here. Star Fox hits the Stormbolt. Silver is there. It's there to follow, and that's a VP. There must be a play here from the Zarya. The bullet actually misses everyone due to the displacement. Doctor's trying to find a way out. Gets one hawk, throws Star Fox over the wall. Should still have Indomitable. There it is. Silver with the poke. The taunt actually hits no one as jet propulsion comes through. And that's just a lot of R buttons.
Yeah,
not a lot of results.
It's a rough engage on the side of Luxorian's sake. The Void Prison nailed 3 people, but they're not able to capitalize on it. They put the Zarya gravitational expulsion zone, down, and the hammer misses. They can't quite connect on everything, and they're a little bit too close to their gate.
That's a wonky combo right there.
Yeah.
Just in that, you've got displacement on top of bullet, and they don't really have a root. They've also got Playmaker on Muradin.
This is very interesting. They're looking to maybe isolate some people and get some Zeratul damage on them. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Deckard is going to have a tough time reaching them if they do, in fact, isolate somebody. There's no real save mechanics there for Deckard outside of Lornado.
No, the save mechanics are going to be all on Doctor with that Garrush you saw him use into the fray. To huck Whiskers on that Thrall away, I believe, but he also did. Obviously, you still have the offensive capabilities. He threw Muradin over the wall at the same time. So Garrush just looking to put the biscuit in the basket, and that might have to do for the the Playmaker disengage.
Yeah.
But the 1 level XP lead here, so Trademark Gaming will have not only a bevy of items at their disposal, they are going to have a talent tier advantage, and they will position to get on this point first.
Do you think maybe the Haymaker's just a protect the hammer ult?
Control it and you can pilot the protector.
Yes, but when you're already losing early, are you going to be able to get those kinds of favorable isolated engages?
Okay, here's the push that we were talking about. Luxorian Snake now playing a little bit more to their strengths here, just giving up that point. They know that Trademark Gaming can get on this point immediately, so they're just going to spend this time, get a little bit of XP, get themselves a little bit closer to 13 so that they can fight on this point on an even talent tier. And there it is.
And even though they will be missing these points, I think the point for them is to just wind up picking up some kills. Even if you don't wind up capturing the objective, just lessening the push is going to be a big part of this. All heroics are on the board. We'll see who makes the first move.
Feeling everything out. Garrosh and Murda on opposite sides of the point. Zeratul trying to find a combo. Whiskers throws out a root. Can't quite catch him.
Now Hammer is on the point. Fun Buns takes a big hit there.
Yeah,
Whiskers and KJ with the poke.
Yeah, Fun Buns is trying to poke everybody out. Here comes the Dragon now. dire need. Doctor gets a big stun. Everybody is
And a miss.
frozen in that Void Prison. Zeratul can't release the Void Prison in time. Here comes the expulsion zone to keep everybody in. They're using the bunker, and they're using the bunker to stay safe. Case G, Kags is still on this point. You can't kill this Blaze.
And they still have all of their items. If TMG wants to move, and they're going to have a lot at their disposal. Doctor puts down the biotic emitter. We see the fortification turrets coming on the backside there. Lifebinder goes out. Kubago's still alive, and now the punishment comes in. There's Sunder. There's a 3-man taunt. Muradin, Alex, and Hammer are gone. Zarya and Zeratul looking to get out. Dodges the jet propulsion. Oh, wish he was going to finish that bad boy off. Zeratul goes down. I don't think Kubago gets out of this.
Yeah, Kubiko, I think, is trying to die intentionally.
The root?
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah, I think Kuko is trying to avoid having the death staggered more than that, because I don't think that Kubiko thought they can get out.
This looks like an ace for Trademark Gaming. They just they're not moving against the poke, and the poke on the side of Luxorian, which is strong with Hammer, Zarya, and it doesn't seem to be coming together in team fights.
There's just too many tools on the side of Trademark Gaming. Trademark Gaming, they've got Tornado, they've got Bunker, they've got Dragon Arrow. They managed to last through Luxorian Snake's onslaught without really spending too much. Thrall just comes back in with a Sunder after the Dragon goes out, after the Lifebinder goes out, and they have too many. They've got too many cards to play.
But we're not seeing, what we are not seeing is an effective use of Void Prison. And if Lux Snake, wants to come back into this game, they are going to have to, I mean, they have to make better use of that VP, of that VFG.
Yeah.
The thing is, they're going to have their keeps, and I actually do think that, you know, with the level half away from 16, they'll have the even talent here for the next objective. But that may be the last chance that they get.
Yeah. I mean, okay, the Protector is done here. But I think if Luxorian Snake is going to stand up to Trademark Gaming, they've got to use everything. You know, you lose an important tool if that Void Prison goes out and gets no value.
Yes. I mean, it's a huge cooldown. And all of the heroic cooldowns on the side of TMG are, what, 60 to 65, 70 seconds or lower, right? You know, the longest one is actually going to wind up being Thrall.
Yeah.
In terms of, you know, heroic cooldowns. So they've got the ability to really just snap these quickly at multiple times, either during or in between the objective phases.
Trademark Gaming flexing their muscle here, their talent tier advantage they use to get another turret for themselves. I think they only have the one right now. The rest were used in that previous fight.
I mean, this is a Napoleonic bombardment with these fortification turrets. Star Fox gets flipped and stunned. Nothing doing.
Yeah. Garrosh just making sure that, you know, they don't even want this fight right now, but maybe they do. Here comes Blaze into 4. Here's the Tornado to try and trap somebody. Dragon Arrow hit Roots, Zeratul, and Hammer. The Sundering from the Thrall kills Straza. Hammer might be next. The rest of the team trying to get out. Zarya gets flipped in, and that's going to be 3-0 probably, maybe 4-0 if Muradin can't get out. Zeratul trying to get some kind of damage down. Down goes Zarya, and that's a quick 3-0, 16 talent tier advantage fight. Luxorian Snake kind of in the wrong place at the wrong time.
TMG stopped the Lifebinder from going off. I believe there were 2 procs on that heal, and the third, the big one, did not come through, and the Lifebinder targets Alex Straza and Sergeant Hammer were the first to go in that fight. Tough goings for Luxorian Snake here in game 1. Again, there's a little bit of chance here. They haven't lost a keep yet.
Oh yeah, I mean they're all back now. It's that fight basically made sure that Trademark Gaming is going to get to 20 before Luxorian Snake does, but Luxorian Snake does have the advantage of having at least one more fight in them before they go down, but Trademark Gaming may just choose not to give it to them at all.
No, there's really nothing that's going to put the onus on TMG to make a move here. They just played back. The only other, you know, silver lining, if you will, for Snake is that here in the bottom lane, there's no well.
Right.
If they choose to force a fight, even if it is 20 into 16, they will have the added benefit of the fact that it will be much more difficult for TMG to go ahead and reset.
Yeah.
In the meantime, though, Trademark Gaming putting the focus on top lane as their camp begins to push towards a keep.
Oh, they're going to try and come and find a fight. They found him. They've got the Void Prison. This can force a fight if they want. Here comes Hammer with the mines. there's the Sunring to make sure that no one can follow up on that Void Prison, and I'm not sure what they're getting out of that Void Prison except maybe to just force this fight. There's the taunt going out.
There.
Yeah, the Dragon Arrow stuns 2 people. There's the Lifeliner on Murden. It procs Silver, though, getting very low, has to retreat, and this fight's looking really bad for Luxorian Snake.
Bit of a chance here. Star Fox on the flank is actually putting pressure on Dicker K. Show's in trouble. Blue at the back just gets the abundance off. Snake trying to reset this fight, and they're just trying to get something before TMG hits 20.
Yeah, shout out to Blue there. Amazing support play, keeping them alive long enough, keeping that sustain. Trademark Gaming backed up just long enough to make sure that Alex Strauza was able to heal everybody up. But 20s are here, which means Zeratul is going to go clear that camp. And Luxorian Snake tried to start something, but Trademark Gaming didn't give it to him.
We have World Breaker on the side of Thrall. I want to see that bad boy. I cannot remember the last time I saw a World Breaker.
They're going to keep him in one spot and make sure they can fight in there. There's the roof going out onto 2. Immediately lowers their armor. That really chunked them out.
The camp with just one little 10% of 1 minion up there, as TMG will put Blaze onto Point Clown Fiesta.
Yep.
Hey, if we're going to end it, at least we're going to end it on the fun one.
Yeah, exactly. KJ Kags already getting pushed around by this dumb conveyor belt in this dumb point. Sorry, I'm very biased. It's a very frustrating place to play.
I know this is not your favorite map. And I know the games in which I give specifically points.
It's every game. You only saw the one, but it's so much more than that. Oh, Zeratul going in. Silver One getting a big shield from Zarya, trying to get some damage onto Blaze. Not much happening. This conveyor belt really in trouble. He has to use Blink to get out.
Kubiko and Star Fox trade up at the front line. Muradin, I mean, he's been trying to put pressure on anybody he can. There goes the Void. Oh boy, the Void Prison and out abundance is there to try to get the reset on the fight, but Hammer is low. KG actually winds up on the backside. World Breaker comes through on the Hammer. Lifebinder goes out as well. Is anybody going to make it out of this for Snake? There goes Zeratul. The backside. Doctor finds Alex as well. Fun Budgie might be unstoppable now, but I think Gary's got you in a corner, baby.
That's a good way to stop him. I mean, that's one loophole in that unstoppable is if you kill them, you will stop them. But here's the Protector. It looks like they're going to march up to this keep. This is probably going to be game for Trademark Gaming. Trademark Gaming, did you see the poke on that point? They just had every bit of poke. Hanzo was hitting every arrow. Blaze was throwing out damage, and mostly Hanzo, I think, just poked everybody out. They were at like 75% health. Everybody on the side of Luxorian Snake was at like 75% health before the fight even started.
Time is like 40k higher than anybody else in the game on this. Hanzo, he had simple geometry complete at level 7, and just not under threat. And I do think if Snake wants to go ahead and try to fix this and close the gap here, the Zeratul and the Zarya were just, I mean, not working. If you're gonna take Void, maybe you take Graviton.
Yeah.
Or something along those lines. It just felt like you've got a hero that wants. You've got a hero that wants to go hunt on the back line, and he's doing it alone. And I think that was a big problem. The Zeratul just can't be sort of unaided at the back line, particularly with Hanzo's ability to just go ahead and, pop a sonic arrow and say, hey, you're there.
Yeah.
So I guess in the end, the Hanzo poke was stronger than the backline pressure from Zeratul.
Yeah, Zeratul basically went Q build.
Yes.
I mean, he
Q build,
had a lot of
it is the build.
What I didn't see, though, was Zeratul following up his own Void Prison. Not because they forgot to or anything, but I think that they just, when they set up the Void Prison, they weren't in a position where Zeratul could get that extra Q onto everybody else, because it'll reset your cooldown. You can go ahead and get that burst damage. And yeah, I think Graviton Surge actually might have worked out really well. I mean, maybe they've tried it and it doesn't work.
I don't know.
I'm not a Storm Div team, but I
like it because it's fun. I mean, if you're going to start the combo, but I think what we saw was, all right, you got a Playmaker Murden. You want to isolate and disengage with the tools that you have.
Right.
But when level 10 came around, it was very clear that TMG was the team in control of the map and in control of the game and what was happening. So I do think that Snake, maybe needed to adapt there and, just try to play something that was going to scrap and brawl more than isolate a target and try to find a solo kill. Right. Because they didn't get the start that they wanted. It wasn't a bad start by any means.
Yeah.
But I mean, I do think, Hammer Zarya, that's hard to come back with. That's not a very mobile comp that's going to hit, run, pick up XP here, there, close the gap, and then maybe find a lot of opportunities to strike on an even talent here.
Mm-hmm. So rough game coming out there for Luxorian Snake. But let's see if they can come back. The next map is going to be Dragonshire. Now, this is Trademark Gaming's map, but let's see if Luxorian Snake can bring it back and take them down on their home turf.
I mean, Snake has some different ideas and different ways to play the game. And when you're at this level, obviously it's never going to be like a panic pick Zarya, but you have to wonder too.
I wish they'd gone more to their. Sorry, oh my god. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, what about the tank bans in the beginning of that? Did that throw them off? Maybe.
I don't think it threw them off. I feel like they drafted a comp and weren't able to play to their win condition. They've got the Zarya and the Hammer. That means we're gonna push and we're gonna be macro and we're gonna out macro you the whole way. And it didn't really do that. And they tried to adapt and go into team fighting. They tried to get the Void Prison combo. Like, you've got a decent team fight combo, but you've also got to feel the heat Zarya. You've got a Hammer. You want to be able to push. And it feels like they were trying to do too much. Like, they were like, let's win the point and let's push. And like, it's a win more. Maybe it's a win more comp. And in that case, by losing that first point, they weren't able to make it happen.
We should give a shout out to Time there on that Hanzo, but Doctor leading from the front there on the Garrosh.
Yeah,
he turned out to be a pretty pest in that game. KJ with the big jet propulsions. That's my favorite part of watching Blaze play. The difference between, the Blaze that's sort of sitting and being a placeholder and being like a double soaker and being a true good, Blaze all the way up to a Blaze God is how many times do you get a jet propulsion and is it securing kills on multiple people?
Right. All right, looks like we've got gladiators ready. We are waiting for the contestants to be ready. They are ready. We are going to start this draft going into Dragonshire.
I love this map.
Yes.
I love that we get to go here. Just a different style of play. Really forces your offlaner into huge pressure situations.
Yeah, and I did like the rotations coming out from Luxorian Snake at the beginning of the game. So and this is a very rotation heavy map, so we'll see if they can control those rotations as well as they were doing in the early parts of Volskaya.
There should be a different set of bands too. Dragonshire does lend itself to a different set of heroes. Genji, ubiquitous.
Genji, of course, yes.
I'm not sure Hanzo is going to make it through here. Interesting that we saw Garrosh and Muradin, and they're both really strong on this map.
Deckard immediately banned out here from
that is one of my favorite wrinkles of like drafts in NGS. We win with a hero and then we just ban it out because we don't want it. Love it. I'm so strange.
Well, because the other team gets to pick first too is one reason. Yes. So that makes a little bit of sense. But yeah, I know I do. I love it.
It's always something different. All right. And the Johanna ban yet again. So some things we're seeing go through here is just a bevy of ranged assassins.
Yeah.
Even though the recently nerfed James Raynor, we see Jaina come through.
Is this
actually
Yrel?
made it to the whole game? If you don't pick Yrel, if you don't ban Yrel and you're letting it go through, what is your response? Is it Dahaka right back the other direction to create map pressure?
Yeah, I mean, okay. Phoenix banned out, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, on Dragonshire, having that global in Dahaka, even if Yrel just stomps you the whole time, you send somebody up to go gank her, it's so much easier if you've got the Dahaka and you can just instantly 4v5 somebody. So we're going to see what Luxorian Snake decides to do here.
It puts the onus really on the team that actually picks an offlaner first.
And there's the Yrel. Okay. Yeah, so I mean,
and now, like I said, now we'll see. Is it Dahaka?
Yeah, she will win that point a bit against pretty much everybody.
Right.
But,
I think Malthiel wins, right? Like, I guess if you want to go there, no, there it is. There's the Dahaka. Like I said, just what we talked about. If the other team is going to take the point winning monster in Yrel, well, why don't we just take the dinosaur and show up behind him half the game?
Yeah, and I don't think we see the haymaker here this time. Oh, Garrosh Stukov. Very interesting.
Getting a little bit of Stukov in before the changes.
Yeah,
the Admiral makes an appearance.
Yeah, that's very interesting. Both these characters not really seen a whole lot in HGC Open in favor of other tanks and other supports. But if you've got something going, man, like if you've got an idea, those two can definitely be formidable. Jaina immediately banned out.
That's a high priority pick by TMG.
Mm-hmm. And they could have taken her here. So we're gonna see what they wanted instead of Jaina.
I think they want one of Hanzo or Tracer.
I have to imagine Hanzo be definitely an asset here.
I think Hanzo, Tracer, and maybe even Junkrat move up.
Rhaegar banned out. So saying
don't want the cleanse?
Yeah. Cleanse, that's definitely a huge deal. You don't Alex maybe not as strong on this map in the eyes of Luxorian Snake, and she may not very well be. We're gonna see. They could wait to pick up their support, so we're gonna see what they want to wait on here with these two picks.
Again, you sort of expect to see Hanzo.
Oh,
okay. And you do. And a Medivh grab. Far out, man.
Yeah, so you stop the cleanse, but you've got yourself a force of will and a portal out of whatever nonsense the Garrosh throws you into. I like it.
And how do they finish that up? And now they have just a wealth of options there for the support pick. That's kind of neat. You could do a lot of different things there.
Mm-hmm. I think, Murden, Dahaka do plenty of damage. Medivh does plenty of damage. It's not really worried about finishing people off. And we saw Hanzo did more than enough. Zeratul Raynor immediately grabbed. Luxorian Snake continuing to believe in the Zeratul. I wonder, do we see Might here, or do we just see Void Prison just to, reset everybody's cooldowns? I could see both.
I think you see Void Prison. I hope we see Hyperion here too.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge fan of the Raider at purple. Okay, Karazim. Oh man,
it's just that almost nobody on the side of Luxorian Snake is really cooldown driven. Like you throw the Void Prison out, like Zeratul gets his cleave back, but Raynor doesn't really have cooldowns.
No, I think you would expect, like, if you're gonna make the VP play here, it's pretty obvious. You're gonna VP, you're gonna get Garrosh to walk on and taunt, on top of a Stukov silence.
Yeah, the taunt Void Prison silence is pretty good.
And then just let Jimmy do his thing. There's very few.
Oh, silence into ace in the hole. Actually, now that I think about it, you hit everybody in that circle. Everybody is immediately kept in, the entire time they're there. There's no time limit on it, really. So Brainer's going to get a lot of damage done here. Karazim, the support pick, saying, hey, we just want to punch people. Into the game we go.
Prepare for combat.
And we've got Luxorian Snake over here on the left in the blue. We've got Silver playing that Zeratul again. Blue 1442 playing the Stukov. Quebico on the Urel. Fun Buns playing the Raynor, and Star Fox 64 playing the Garrosh.
Oh boy. And over on the side of TMG, Doctor's going to be playing Murden. Hanzo is going to be played yet again by Time. Over on the Dahaka, we're going to have KJ. Show will be playing the Karazim, and we're going to have Eyes on Whiskers. He'll be playing the Birdman. He's on that Medivh.
All right, he's going to fly all over. Medivh, very powerful, especially in the triangle area here on Dragonsire. On all these bushes, able to see over those. Star Fox, you need to get stunned and dragged. There's the damage. Is it going to be enough? It is not. Star Fox backs out. The Stukov Silence keeping too much damage from getting onto Garrosh. And he lives another day.
Like seeing what Show did there on the Karazim when Garrosh got pulled in by Dahaka. Show actually positioned himself to be on the opposite side of Garrosh to either support somebody who got flipped, or if he himself got flipped, he'd be in a pretty safe spot. Later, Gary.
Yeah, gets caught in a bad place in that triangle, trying to get Time, but Silver is in trouble. The rest of the team shows up.
That's it.
Down goes Zeratul. Time jebaited.
Great play by Time. That was a fantastic play by Doctor to get the Murden position, and it's just early for Zeratul. He doesn't have quite that many tools. You've only got Vorpal, no Wormhole.
Yeah,
tough to make it out of there. And TMG just aggressive already going after this camp.
I like both teams being very aggressive. You don't lose a whole lot of XP. If you look at the XP
Here's
right
tags.
now, TMG only has barely a bit amount more XP than Luxorian Snake, so not a really big deal that they lost those two heroes at the beginning of the game.
No, there's Kubiko on the Yellow. Doctor and Kags are in the area, and oh boy, Zeratul got hooked. Does he have a blink? I don't think. I think he needs a few more seconds. Doctor bodies him off.
Yeah, Zeratul.
That's the second death for Silver.
Having a rough time in both of these games, not really able to find himself the engages that he wants. And the dragon, the shrines are up. Yrel, as predicted, easily going to take this up to top. But in the middle down here, Garrosh throws Murden, stops them from going on to them. Whiskers stacking up that Q on. What is the actual trait called?
The trait is just. I mean, it's just Stormbolt.
No,
that's really. No, if you highlight the tooltip, it just says Stormbolt. The talent at level 1 is Perfect Storm, which is the best talent ever.
No, I mean Medivh.
Oh, on Medivh. On Master's Touch?
It's not called Master's Touch anymore. It's something else.
What is it?
But it empowers your Arcane Rift, so if you hit 40 heroes with that Arcane Rift on Medivh, you are going to get bonus cooldown reduction when you hit heroes, and I believe you do more damage. Zeratul trying to fight Dahaka up here. On this point, Dahaka has Essence, able to pop it. But even Murden bodying out, keeping control of this middle lane, and Murden's going to back up. Yrel starting to get very low down here. KJ Keg's winning this engage so far.
It's taking a little bit longer for Kubiko to get healed back up. Actually, he has to use the Righteous Hammer to knock Dahaka away.
Murden finds Zeratul in a bad spot. He could find an engage here. Silver in trouble. Does he have a blink? He puts some damage on Murden. He slows him down with the bomb.
Wait for it, Doctor.
Oh, an excellent peel there by Star Fox. Tries to throw Murden into danger. Doesn't. Only finds a minion, but Silver has to back up. Trademark Gaming in complete control of the bottom half of this map.
Doctor making house calls tonight. He's been all over the map. He's showing us how to do it on the Murden, and he's already got, what, 13 stacks on Perfect Storm. We got 19 stacks. So it's actually called Arcane Rift. I had to take a peek. That's all they call it.
I don't know if you see this, but Doctor and Star Fox cannot see each other, but they are spraying each other in the middle Bermuda triangle here. Star Fox throws Murden over into tower range, takes a little bit of damage, immediately Dwarf tosses out, but Trademark Gaming takes control of the dragon, of the altars rather. Yrel immediately gets back on there. Only temporary. Medivh putting in a portal, trying to get some damage onto the Garrosh. Throws Whiskers. Here's the carrying damage. Is it going to be enough? Unstoppable. Indomitable used by Garrosh. Makes it out with 60 health points. Time doesn't have any cooldowns or auto attacks available to finish off Garrosh and Star Fox. Another close call.
That's a win on the side of Flux. Oh no, Silver actually wound up getting hung by Dahaka. KJ trying to finish the kill off. Actually uses Burrow there and received the Force of Will. Silver snakes away.
Oh, they know where he is. They know where he's backing. Whistler's going to try and get this. Yrel, immediate stun. Does not quite have the stun up on.
That would have been fun.
Yeah, that would have been insane if he would have been stunned. He would have been killed there for sure. But Medivh able to get out. Dahaka, though, taking control of top.
So this is just going to bounce back and forth, and TMG, I mean, they certainly feel control just based on the kill count there. Star Fox with the delay on the Garrosh is actually looking for Whiskers, gets the throw. There could be enough damage here. Force of Will is there. Whiskers got disrupted, and oh no.
Oh, they trade the stacks for the Dragon Knight.
That's a reset.
Yeah. I'm not sure how many he had, but now he has 0. That is for certain. However, they've got the Dragon Knight, and they're going to try and get as much structure damage onto here as possible.
So what it was alluding to was I'm just surprised because TMG, with the number of kills that they have, were not really under that much pressure to just go ahead and force the dragon. I'm sure that they didn't think they would even get picked off there. But one thing that we have noticed as you move up the competitive levels of play, it takes a lot just to pick a dragon up. Yeah. I mean, a lot of teams now will just play for the first one at level 10. I'm certain that TMG didn't want to trade stacks on the Medivh.
I think Whiskers was just not expecting to get pushed so far away from his portal.
Time using natural agility to get out. Good play by Star Fox there, proccing the Indomitable. He avoided the kick from the dragon.
Silver not finding engaged. Medivh trying to take advantage of Zeratul being very low, but the counter damage from Jimmy puts Whiskers very low in health. However, the heal from Kerosene brings him right back up. The Dragon Knight is done. They've got themselves, it looks like 2 walls. Time in a bit of trouble. Gets thrown by Garrosh. The Force of Will is out. The portal is there.
He has no agility.
Oh, he double portals back in time. juking and jiving, gets out.
Watch KJ on the side here. Might just go in and grab a garage. And it will be safe and clear the way. Alright, so Medivh cheats and asked us time.
Yeah.
And
the 10s are
Snake
here.
just can't find the kill.
Everybody is at full health. Murden goes to soak elsewhere. However, they're going to push onto this fort using their 10s. It comes out. We do see the haymaker from Murden. Is this the new meta?
No. This is going to be cool. Here comes Doctor. I expect haymaker right now.
There it is. Silver gets
Silver
pushed.
has a blink. Oh, he
his
missed the
face.
blink. Hyperion came out as well. And all of a sudden, now we have a big problem because on the backside, oh, he's Shogun. Yes, Karazim is gone. KJ actually went up looking garage. He's trying to escape away. He's got no help. He is gone. Time takes the righteous hammer, and Kubiko finishes off. Hanzo, Vorpal's out. Silver maybe trying to find another one. Whiskers is the target. Force of Will out. And now the retreat is on. Snake has a little bit of a 4v3 here.
Whiskers
And Medivh
just barely
takes it
avoided
out.
death. They were not able to push him away from his portal, and Whiskers
Whoa.
gets out with his life. And that, I think, is a win for Luxorian Snake. Excellent team fight. So much individual skill coming out from both teams in that whole engage.
Great play and wait. Shogun was down first on that Karazim. And the follow-up at the just at the exact same time, finally somebody got onto time with that Hanzo.
Here
He
they
just
come.
ran out of his keep. He doesn't have a
trying to cut him off. Gets the 7-sided strike
The
out to
taunt should come out
avoid.
right after.
Yep. He's not
Jimmy
going to
finishes
survive. He tried to get out there, tried his best. Doctrine doesn't arrive in time to give him an escape. The taunt makes sure he can't hit his dash to get away.
He had the Earth Elemental actually in the bush, and I actually
Yeah.
think it expired right when Garrosh showed up. And he needed that extra bit of distance to try to separate, and it was not there without your friendly Earth Elemental. Star Fox, maybe looking to rip one on Doctor. He's using the portal to get nuisance. Meanwhile, the camp starting to wail away on bottom towers.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't think Doctor knew where that portal went.
I think he just trusted it. Took
Yeah,
it.
and he took it, and it's like, oh, this is the wrong place, and immediately went back. Meanwhile, Zeratul coming up to try and get a gank here onto Kags, throws out bomb, immediate burrow by Dahaka, and Dahaka lives. However, Snake grabbing this top point for now. Trademark grabbing the bottom point in this 3v4. Zeratul and Yrel are now making their way down. Dahaka probably going to be able to back cap top up here, but for now, this bottom point belongs to Trademark Gaming.
Doctor goes
Finds
into
something
the
here,
stun. The
7-sided
Garrosh is
strike.
the target.
Oh, immediately isolates him. Excellent stun and 7-sided strike. Here comes more kills. The Dragon Arrow confirms the kill onto Jimmy. Yrel and Zeratul are here, but possibly too late. They're trying to make something happen. Silver is going to have to back out. It's 5v3 down here. Dahaka was able to burrow, and this is probably going to be a Dragon Knife for Trademark Gaming. An excellent engage. Luxorian Snake just a little bit off guard there on the bottom point.
Murden and Karazim is a lot of fun, kids. You should try it sometime. Oh, Whiskers.
Whiskers getting
Wait, Silver's
Harry.
there.
Hypey gets the Vorpal over, but Vorpal's into oblivion. Another debate coming out from Trademark Gaming. Oh my
TMG. Looking to run it down mid here. They have not pulled away in terms of experience, but now that they're going to start to lay waste to Luxorian Snake's structures, we'll see this lead grow. It should probably be a 2-level lead out of this dragon. 9 kills to 4. Yeah, the Karazim Murden combo is strong, just deleting a Garrosh.
Red team has destroyed.
And there goes bottom fort.
All right. Oh, big raid coming out from Not Paradox. I've changed
Star
my
Fox.
stream title. Oh, here's an arcane. Excuse me. The Leyline Seal only hitting one. Not quite what Medivh wanted from there. Doesn't have the cheating ability just yet. But this Dragon Knight pushing down on this keep wall.
See the front wall here in bottom lane. Remember, bottom lane is the choice. If you could pick any one lane to just push down, this is the constant win condition in this game.
You're looking for a big flank here.
Oh.
Kubiko setting up to go show. I don't know if they realize what's happening here. They show the Void Prison is out. Kubiko tries to
VP.
hunt them down.
Keep an eye on Doctor. Oh! Kags needs a couple of seconds here. There's the stun. Flailing Swipe comes through. Hyperion is also being laid down, so Dahaka and Murden will be looking to get out. Dahaka looks like he is not long for the world. Kubiko goes down as there's another big 7-sided.
Right now, that is in favor of Luxorian Snake, but Star Fox might be in trouble here. Pops Indomitable will try to get out, does get out for now. Hanzo trying to put the damage down. Luxorian Snake walks away with the 1-for-1, and down a level, that's an advantage for them. Oh, but they're coming back for more. Silver trying to find something. Whiskers get the damage out. Here's the portal, trying to make something happen, but an immediate throw and blow up onto Medivh.
That is yet another kill on Whiskers, so Snake scoring their way back into this game. 10-6 in terms of kills. They actually keep the level lead down to just 1. They'll struggle to catch up to 16 by the time the objective is likely to spawn, but they do have some breathing room, and they have not lost a keep yet.
All right. Going onto this camp, they're taking this advantage they've got from Medivh being dead here on this camp. A real big shout out to Not Paradox for the big host. Thank you so much. I apologize to everyone for not getting the stream title correct. You can ask Bobo. I looked at a checklist that I had made, and I went right over that bullet point marked. Changed the stream title. I'm just still getting used to cartography here, so I need to update my checklist. But Yrel versus Dahaka, taking a little bit of damage, getting out. Trademark Gaming is going to take this camp up here. They do have the 16 advantage. Luxorian Snake is going to have to survive until they can catch up.
Ley line? No.
But there's the Dragon Arrow trying to get 3. The ley line, no, it's just a Arcane Rift going down. Here's a jump in. A big stun onto Zeratul. The slap from Stukov might not be enough. The throw into the fray. Garrosh saves. Yeah, that was an excellent interrupt there. But looks like Stukov is not going to make it out. Dahaka does find the drag. Star Fox is going to go down, and that's an incredible engage.
7-sided.
Finally, Leyline comes out. 7-sided blows up Raynor. This is going to be a keep, and most likely game. Do you think it's game, actually? They're looking real low, and they've only got carries.
Show isn't feeling good back there. He just keeps walking with that Hyperion. All right, there we go. So, all right, so it's the keep. It should be a dragon. Remember that TMG does have the Dahaka in there. Chad, thanks for helping out. Listen, it's early in the season. Yeah. Okay, we're trying to get back in a rhythm. You know, some of us have just been doing tournaments all off season long. Some of us are fortunate enough to get on those Heroes hype cats. So, you know, readjusting to the NGS way of doing things. And what would an NGS cast be without the need to summon the overlay elves? It's, you know, part of what we do here.
There's always something that goes wrong in every cast. And this time it was the stream title, and you know what? I think that's better than anything that
Kubiko jumped in.
Oh, big drag from Dahaka on the Yrel, but Yrel is still Yrel. It's a 2v2. Here comes the Dragon Arrow. Big stun on the both of them. They get, here comes the Ardent Defender from Yrel. Everyone's protected. Yrel survives, but Stukov is going to go down.
Oh, he's going down.
Whiskers finds it behind there. There's a 7-sided strike onto Garrosh, and Trademark Gaming just picks apart Luxorian Snake.
I can't believe that Dragon Arrow hit both targets. That looked... I'm following that thing on up the map. It's no. Oh! And, I mean, that really sealed that team fight there. You know, helped secure the kill on both Yrel as well as Garrosh. Well played. TMG looked like this is going to be it. Ghost Dunk, they're heading for the 2-0 right here.
Yeah, they're looking in. Get a big stun on the Jimmy. Here's the follow-up damage. They are taking 4 shots to do it, but it's just Murden. There goes Raynor. And there's most of their DPS, I believe, except for Zeratul. They're probably going to get the score with the Dragon hitting it. Yeah, with the Dragon health and the core health where it is. This is probably going to be game. A little bit of a void prison allows everybody to come back. There is a possibility they might be able to finish. A huge chunk of damage coming out from Zeratul. I don't know if they can hurt the Dragon enough to stop this, and this is going to be game. Excellent, very valiant attempt from Luxorian Snake trying to defend against that Dragon, but that is going to be it. That's going to be game number 2 going over to Trademark Gaming, and that is going to be a 2-0. To them. So Trademark Gaming going up 2-0. And man, that was an incredible match. Kudos to Luxorian Snake making a comeback there.
Better moments in the second game.
They definitely like found their groove. They found their win condition a lot better. I think they were able to execute a lot more of their plan this time, and they definitely made the changes that they need, almost the ones that they needed to.
Yes, they picked up a couple kill on Whiskers on the Medivh, and a shout out to Fun Buns there actually, because the shotgun on Jimmy was breaking up like a lot of really close early kills. I know that didn't show up through the rest of the game, but I do think that the Rainer was definitely a positive note there in game number 2.
Yeah, Trademark game, they were just able to find too many places where they could just get an opening and just get in there and get maybe one pick, and that's not something that is easy to do. So Trademark Gaming doing an excellent job of finding just the smallest hole in Luxorian Snake's armor.
TMG gets us going. They're up
Boy,
1-0.
It started up and
it
went so fast. it's all the game's already over, man.
It's really weird coming from the tournaments that we've run, right? Which like I had my 2 little 7-hour weekends, and then you've been doing a bunch of HCCO, so you're like, all right, what's next? Where are we going after that? You got to get back in the NGS flow, man. But hey, I listen. The best part about this is you can always pick up double headers.
Oh yeah,
keep
absolutely.
Ripping games off. We're gonna have about 250 games per week, if the math's right.
Hey, let me see if I can get a interview here. My boy Time. And then let's see. I'm gonna have to make Bobo disappear.
Are you gonna move me? I'm
gonna have to hide your camera, I think, because we're both gonna join the channel.
I don't know how this works.
Yeah,
we usually use Skype, but Skype is the devil.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably actually go back to Skype just so I can keep Discord open here. So, Bobo, you have now been put under the cloak of invisibility on the game. You have been placed by a blue honeycomb of Nexus. We are going to be joined by Time, the captain, as well as Doc is going to be joining us here. Okay. Bobo has followed me into lobby 2.
Hey, found him. Boom.
Hi.
Hello.
Gentlemen.
All right. Welcome, Doctor.
Thank you.
We are going to be joining. Is Time joining us, or is it just going to be you?
I mean, he can join us if we want.
No, yeah, whatever.
Hey, man, it's the first game of the season. Like, let's go. You won. You can dictate terms a little bit.
He said Doc is going to. I couldn't tell if it means that you're going to do the interview or going as well.
Oh, yeah.
And
listen, if we have Doctor and we have Time, we're literally just some oddly dressed aliens in a blue phone booth away.
Yeah, exactly.
From some British sci-fi history.
Did that factor into you guys picking up Time at all?
I mean, yeah. He kind of helped me make the team, but yeah, that helped.
It's working out too. And speaking of which, I thought you played well, Doctor, but I want to nominate MVP of that match to Time. That Hanzo was just lights out, especially those dragon arrows at the end there.
Yeah, Time's a god, so he played really, really well today.
Yeah, absolutely. Bobo, you got any questions for them? Let's look at the Dragonshire game. You got any questions here for them on Dragonshire?
The first dragon that you guys picked up, I mean, it cost you a Medivh kill, but it kind of seemed like even though you guys were picking up kills here or there, it looked like you were playing for the 10. Was that just being a little bit opportunistic, that early dragon? Or did you feel like you were making enough moves to go for the dragon pre-10?
Well, mainly, I think our comp came online at 10 pretty well. We kind of saw an opportunity for Dragon a little bit in advance, so we kind of started to position people around so that we could have a chance for it, but we weren't, it wasn't like a hard commit. We weren't really trying to get it too much, but it worked out.
You guys also made some interesting bans, I would have to say, in that second game. You removed the Deckard after you played it so well in the first game, and also you removed Jaina, which I know is a hero that you guys have employed quite a bit, especially at HECO. So, I mean, do you feel like coming into this NGS season that the meta is going to be a little bit more flexible and that you'll have a couple of weeks to sort of pick things out? Or, I mean, are you feeling strong in what you're playing right now?
Well, mainly we're doing NGS. We can try and learn a lot of new things. I think the meta is in kind of a unique spot where it's kind of going to be shifting around, and I think the last 2 opens will look a lot different than the first 5, which I think will be interesting. Like in terms of hero picks, I think it'll be really interesting to kind of see where all the teams take it.
Awesome. I do have a question. Murden, Haymaker, is this the new meta? Is this the new world we're living in?
I know, we got 2 haymakers back to back.
Well, I don't know if it's really becoming meta, but it's being picked more, and I think a lot of Murden players are kind of testing it out now.
Mhm.
I think the reason we picked it is because we were afraid of their VP combos with Stukov,
Right.
and I wasn't sure if I'd be able to close the gap, so I figured if I could haymaker someone into the Stukov to kind of cancel his silence.
Okay.
That was the thought process with that one. But
Yeah, it didn't really end up happening like that too often, but it's definitely a good consideration coming out from you guys. And I have a question about the Volskaya. You drafted the Thrall along with the Garrosh Blazes. Thrall looking like a viable DPS bruiser pick for you guys?
I think he is. I think he's Thrall has like a really good spot against kind of harder engage comps like the Murd and Urel that they ran, because he can kind of DPS through their tank wall pretty easily.
Mm-hmm.
And then he can isolate the tanks or the backline away, kind of split people up with Sunder, which really disrupts like coordinated dive plays.
It was a world breaker game, by the way, which was just kind of cool to see. We don't. It's not normal. You look down and you go, world breaker.
Do you know if that was picked specifically for Point C, or is that just a talent that Whiskers like? I'm not kidding.
Well, to be honest, I don't know why Whiskers picks the talent. They usually work out pretty well. So
we're like looking at that game, and it's like, all right, we're on the clown point. Like, this could possibly be the end of the game. You could just throw a lot of things, into the wind here, and there's just like a crazy panic fight over 2 teams that are doing a merry-go-round there on that conveyor belt. We're like, well, I guess you have World Breaker, you can't really miss.
I guess my final question really is, looking at the comp on Volskaya, that was their map pick. They go Sergeant Hammer, Zarya. I mean, obviously they're going to want to start pushing. What was your guys' biggest consideration into drafting against that?
I think mainly we're actually thinking more about shrine control.
Mm-hmm.
We were worried that they were going to be able to bully us off of the shrines early on, and that we would eventually get snowballed with their high siege.
Mm-hmm.
So we were kind of trying to figure out a way we could either come back against the hammer, or a comp that we would have the ability to kind of poker out at range and kind of shut down a little bit of their ability to siege early on. So we picked up, I can't remember if we picked Hanzo before or after the hammer, but we picked up the Hanzo, and then we also decided on the Garrosh.
Yeah.
Half to try and force Dragon out of the Alexstrasza, and then half just so we can kind of pressure the hammer into using an unstoppable, or just kind of making it harder for them to really push up.
And you guys definitely did that, and boy howdy, that poke coming out from Hanzo was just deadly.
Yeah, time played fantastic tonight.
That first point, you standing on Garrosh on that point for like, it felt like an hour before they were able to push you off of point A.
They're just doing like a little tap here, a little tap there, here, a little tap there.
Yeah. Kudos for a support player show for keeping me alive through all that. That was getting pretty intense.
Good stuff.
All right, that is going to do it for our questions. Unless Bobo, you got anything more?
No, sir. Again, I was just happy to see Trademark Gaming. Been trying to catch you guys on HCCO, and I certainly look forward to seeing you guys both here in NGS and pushing for the end of the season open festivities, if you will.
Cool. Then now it's time for you to give shout-outs. Floor is yours.
Okay. Well, mainly I just want to say that I'm really happy that my team played so well tonight. We've played that team before, and they've always put up really close games, and they've always been really hard matches. I'm just happy that everyone was able to kind of come together tonight, and we we performed well. I think that's about it.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Congratulations on the 2-0, and I've actually forgot to update it on my own personal thing here. There it goes. 2-0 to Trademark Gaming. Thank you so much for joining us, Doctor. Well played.
Great, thank you.
All right. I'm going to see if I can join Bobo once again in that call.
Hey.
I have a lot of people telling me that... never mind. I assumed it was people telling me that my stream title was wrong. As people actually messaging me about different things, but I'm going to video call Bobo here, and so I can get your wonderful face back on screen before we go. And we are now loading in as Discord loads the call. Ladies and gentlemen, I lost Bobo. There he is.
Did you? Hey, there we go.
There he is. All right, he is back, and now, boom, there he is. Back on the big screen. He was lost, let's say, in the TARDIS. Sure. Yeah, that's it.
Actually, I have one of those, although I can't show it on screen.
Oh, that's fantastic. Oh,
it's used for time travel of a different sort.
I have one.
What do you? Nerd credits at stake here.
I don't know if you can see this. You probably can't see this. I've got like
no, I'll catch it on delay.
I've got the Matt Smith Doctor.
All right.
Sonic screwdriver. There you go. It's the same color as my green screen, so it looked transparent. That's fun.
Oh.
Anyways, thank you guys so much for joining us. This is Nexus Gaming Series. You can catch games just as exciting as that one. And that is the top skill division of NGS, the Storm division. However, I will warn you that every single game, no matter what the division, is going to be just as exciting. You trust me, I've cast games at all skill levels, and they're all phenomenal to watch. So make sure you check out everybody else. And as an example, I'm going to go ahead and host somebody else. Yeah, where we're going. So let's spin the wheel here. Let's go to Nexus Gaming Communities. And by the way, you can always find people streaming under the Nexus Gaming community by the Twitch community, the Nexus Gaming Series. All right, we've got let's see, married, and we got Murda casting. He started at the same time as us. I'm actually going to take a look at the calendar here, and see if there's anybody who started after us. Oh, there it is. Shenanigans has started.
Oh yes,
we're gonna.
I'm a fan of Young Snag.
Yes, and it is going to be a Div D team, calculated throw versus Lubu. They're going to get the big host, big raid, so everybody stick around.
Fabulous.
I'm going to throw it over to him, but that has been Luxorian Snake versus Trademark Gaming. Once again, 2-0, going over to Trademark Gaming. My co-caster has been Professor Bobo. Thank you so much for joining us, Bobo. Make sure to catch us out. Make sure to catch our podcast, Nexus Now, available on feeds everywhere, and the Nexus Gaming Series website, nexusgamingseries.com. Bobo, anything else?
No, man, I think you covered it. We got the podcast. We got the video games. No, I think we're pretty good. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And I'm always happy to be back here with you, Ghost Dunk, who I believe, just a special place in my heart. I'm pretty sure you were the first person that let me co-cast way back in the day.
Oh yeah, I remember you from way back in the day, and from the KO stream back when he used to stream, right?
Bayos for life.
Yeah, indeed. All right, I've been Ghost Dunk. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Check me out. Hit the follow button here at twitch.tv/GhostDunk. I'll be putting all the games up on YouTube. And tomorrow I have got at least 3 games that I'm going to cast. It's going to be a huge NGS casting day for me tomorrow, so make sure to check it out. And I will be with you for most of the evening for that. So thank you guys so much for joining us here on NexusGamingSeries.com. I'm going to go ahead and say goodbye to everybody. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to stick around for Shenanigans casting calculated throw versus Lubu. All right, good night.